Money Moves with Myth 2.0, the podcast. And always remember, gentlemen, it's a motherfucking movie. So today we got a video of a modern, woman who, was in a relationship with this guy. So bad times hit and she ends up going to a shelter, and he ends up going to live with his mom, and she couldn't stay there. So we're gonna be reacting to this video today, guys. Without further ado, make sure you guys please subscribe, and let's hop straight into the content.
Okay, guys, they said that I can go ahead and wash our clothes, but I got about an hour, so I'm gonna hurry. I think I'm gonna check them now, maybe see if they've dried. Okay, so here's the stuff that did get dry, and then here's the stuff that's still damp. So I'm just gonna find a laundromat. So I went to a shelter, you guys. This isn't the kind of shelter that you live at. It's not a 24-hour shelter. As a matter of fact, they close at 11:30 a.m. So they were rushing me. I mean, rightfully so, because they were ready to leave. You can't sleep there or anything like that, but you could come in and wash your clothes. They have one washer, one dryer, and it's free. So that's good.
So basically what she's saying, for everybody who never been homeless and never had to deal with homeless shelters and the homeless lifestyle, what she's saying that it's not a shelter, it's basically a program where they got a address or a business where they supply maybe food, maybe you can wash clothes, you can get your mail there and stuff like that. So basically, like, so what she's saying is she's still homeless, but supposedly the video says that she's living in a shelter. But we'll see what's up though. But let's keep it moving.
If you want to have like a simple breakfast, they'll have like a muffin and some juice. I got water because right at this moment, I wasn't hungry, so I just got a bottled water. They also have it where you can take a shower. And then with one of the case managers, I asked him if they had a lift.
Yeah, like I was saying, these places like this, these are good for people who, you know, might just be starting off getting homeless, and you don't really have no income. You're looking for a job. You probably need to get an ID. You probably need to wash your clothes. You might need to get a shower. So this places like this is good for like it's good for homeless people, period. But mainly for the newer homeless person, and then you branch off, and then you be able to sustain yourself after, you know, you get a little help from a couple of these programs. So I understand exactly what she's saying, but let's keep it moving.
List of shelters, and if they had a list of like housing authorities for this particular city, And then he said they have a list of apartments. So I got that. I got this. It's a printout of the different apartments that you can rent out. Now, I'm not sure. Some of these are, you have to be like 65 and older. Some is 55 and put it back, and older. And then I believe there's some that are income based, and then some HUD ones. I won't know specifically until I call. There's a bunch of flies out here. I'm sorry if you guys see them. I'm out farther. This is not the city that I work in. I'm like trying to go all over Arkansas, wherever I can get the help. So, but I do want to stay close to my job, but this is farther out. So, but you know, hey. So if you guys want, if you guys are in this situation too, like my son and I are, then I'll leave an email if you want this information. If you want to wash your clothes, if you want to take a shower, if you want to get a housing list, you know, that's an opportunity or a resource for you too. Because, you know, people are wondering, well, why, sometimes they wonder, well, why are you like making these videos? This is depressing. Like, you know, I've seen the comments, and it's to just show real life, you guys. If you go through my older videos, you'll see that, like, I used to do like Bath and Body Works videos or family vlogs. And thank you guys for all of the new subscribers. I am so appreciative. Like, you guys don't know me from a can of paint, yet you're interested in my story.
Guys, she does not sound like she's from Arkansas, but obviously, like, I'm from down south, so like, just because we're from down south doesn't mean we will sound like we're from down south. You know, like, I don't sound like I'm from Memphis at all. If I was to go to Memphis, since I've been gone from Memphis so long, my accent is like more, a little bit more proper, and their accent is a little more, you know, laid back, sluggish, and then I will be, people could tell just by the way I'm talking that I'm not. They probably think I'm not from there at all. You know what I'm saying? Um, but what we know so far, we know that she's homeless, and now we know that she's homeless and she has a son. Um, and she's traveling around Arkansas to um find a shelter that's further away from her job. Um, but we're gonna continue. We're gonna see what's happening though. Let's continue the video.
And you're so uplifting and so kind. A lot of you guys have so many good tips, like about how to configure these back seats so that I can stretch out and kind of lay a little bit more flat because of all the swelling. And I was embarrassed putting my swollen feet up there because they look like, they look really bad. And then my son's like, he's like, Mommy, why are you making fun of yourself? And I said, oh, I'm just laughing at myself. You know what I mean? It's not like, I'm not serious, but it looked, you know, really bad. So I did go to Walmart and I got compression socks. Now, I don't know if these are the right socks, you guys. And my doctor, she did look at my feet when I was going through training. I told her, I'm like, our training is from 7:30 to 4:30. This was when I was training for the job. We sat in the classroom from 7:30 to 4:30. And she said, yeah, that'll do it. You know, that's why you're swelling. So she told me they need to be elevated. She even scrolled on her phone to try to find some compression socks that I could go get. So yes, thank you guys for the outpouring of love and support. I'm a crybaby, you guys. I read your comments, especially the scriptures. I look them up. I put them in my handy dandy journal. And then I just cry, and I'll have like a good deep cry, the kind where you have to just say a prayer to God, because there's.
So basically, she's in some of the comments are probably true, you know, and once she's her eyes are opening, A lot of us, we walk around with calluses on our eyes, and we really are not looking in the mirror and noticing the changes that we're getting older, and we're changing. So I understand about the swollen feet, especially down south, you know what I'm saying? Being homeless and stuff like that. Like I went through that because I got hit by a semi truck, like what, maybe like 10 years ago. And after I got hit by the 18 wheeler, um like my body forever changed. Doctor said I wasn't gonna never walk no more. Um and then I'm still homeless. I was staying in a rooming house, and what I noticed was when I finally did start to walk again, and I would fall asleep, and usually, like a lot of times, I would fall asleep sitting up somewhere. Then I look down, my legs will be swollen, like all the fluids or whatever goes straight to my legs. And a lot of times, like um, that comes from like you got to elevate your feet. Um, it comes from not really exercising. Like I'm bigger now ever since I got hit by the 18 wheeler. I don't, like, used to be skinnier, but it's like my metabolism slowed down and stuff like that. So um like, yeah, this lady needs to hit the gym, but just like I did and I still do need to hit the gym. But let's keep it moving.
So much that I'm going through and so much that I'm thinking, and I'm sharing the videos. Okay, guys, so in the middle of me talking, I got an alert on my phone that it was getting too hot, so it just shut itself down. So I gave it some time to cool off, and so I'm just gonna start talking again. I think it's okay now. I think I was in the middle of telling you guys the reason that I'm doing this. I know that I'm not the only person in this situation. That's
Guys, if people didn't tell their business on YouTube, we'll have nothing to talk about. And that's the that's the crazy part about it. I got some more videos or lives of that I'm gonna be going live about. Like, and this all stems from people, going through things, and telling their business online. And this is how I make money, you know what I'm saying? So let's keep it moving. Let's fucking keep it moving. Let's see what I'm waiting for her to get into the good stuff. But let's keep it moving though.
dealing with this, and somehow I still feel that if you're out there watching this, then you can get some sort of encouragement or some tips as well. And it's therapeutic for me in the process. I do have, okay, this is my folder that I keep all of the information that I'm getting, because oh, you guys, I went to Salvation Army and I got put on a housing list, but she wants me to follow up with her in about a month to see if she has something available. They run a program where they work with landlords in the community, and when something comes up, then she tries to get you in there. Oh, I did call housing authority, and it was funny because she said, you know what, we have been closed since 2021 because the list is so long. They were estimating 5 to 10 years, you guys. This housing crisis is so serious. Now there's another place I went, and look at this. This is just the packet for the application. So with this one, you just have to have your birth certificate, driver's license, 6 months of bank statements.
I honestly feel like this lady done baited me into reacting to this video because I haven't looked at it yet. Like, she says one thing on the video, but she's talking about all of her business. And I really wanted to get to what she was talking about in the topic, Um, but I gotta react to what she's saying. Like, she's saying like the housing list and how the housing list is so long and stuff like that. And this just goes to show like how many people are actually experiencing poverty. Like, and how you can be ahead of so many people and not even know it. Like, I know a lot of us be going through depression because we got to go to work, we're working a 9 to 5, we got to pay bills. But there's a lot of people who can't pick where they want to live at. Like, they have to wait for a whole housing list just to get an apartment, and then once you get the apartment, apartments suck. The apartments on Section A and HUD suck. Um, I got a lot of poor people and people who use Section A in my family, and I don't advise that to anybody. And the best way to live where you want to live is to get you some money. Get you some money. Um, that's the basics of the American dream. The American dream is not the American dream anymore. Um, the only way you can reach the American dream and live where you want to is if you're good with numbers. You have to be good with numbers. But let's keep it moving.
Fraud prevention sheet. If you're 62 and over, you have proof of any disabilities, an award letter from Social Security, a copy of your Social Security. If you pay child care, you need that statement. If you receive child care, you need that. Well, she wrote 4 pay stubs. You give them your payment app things, and then you turn this in. And she said that there's at least a 6-month minimum wait for that. And then
you'll be sick, and then been through everything where you might as well just, thug it out. You've been waiting so long. Like, I don't advise people to wait on a housing list, unless you just dirt poor and you ain't got nothing else going on, guys, and a lot of people in America, like, I see the people in America that is having things, there's a lot of people in America that have money as well. But it's also a lot of people that is barely scraping by. I've been there, you know what I'm saying? But the only thing is I never been rich, never been on the rich side. But I did get the opportunity to see how financially stable people live when I stayed in San Diego and when I stayed in Maryland, and now in my lifetime, being financially stable. And it was way better than a lifestyle of people who was waiting on food stamps, who was living on Section A, who didn't have money, didn't want to go to work and stuff like that. Like, my dad was in the military. And my dad was a high ranking military. I think he was a senior chief in the Navy. You know what I'm saying? And like, I lived a great life, I lived a poverty life because my mom and my dad were separated. And on my mom's side there was poverty, but I lived a great life, you know what I'm saying, with my father, and he showed me things, and then I seen things. I'm like, man, this is different. This is different. I don't have to worry about nothing, you know what I'm saying? But let's keep it moving.
Also, that's that. And then also, I went to the city's office, and because, I am in Northwest Arkansas, I guess you want to refer to it like that, and this is a resource guide, so they have all sorts of things for people that need, let's say you have a house but you can't pay your utilities. So you guys, if you're in this situation, get in touch with me and I can share some of these lists with you guys. I'll leave my email because I want to help.
And you want to know how this is not going to help anybody? because the list that she has is for Arkansas. You know, like, and she's on a platform, YouTube, where people globally, like, I'm like, what, like 5 states across from Arkansas. Um, and she keep talking about helping people and giving, and this is exactly what I was saying, guys. For the people who do listen to me and have been listening to my videos, if you ever experience homelessness, homeless people cannot teach you nothing. They can't teach you how to unbecome homeless. They could teach you about what she's talking about. And that's exactly what I was talking about. That's all they're gonna teach you is, oh, they got a program here. You can go get some food stamps. Just things that can get you by, that you gotta depend on the government and stuff like that. Like, that's why I stopped listening to homeless people when I was homeless, and I stopped staying around homeless people when I was homeless. Okay, guys, there's two different things that you gotta learn if you ever become homeless. You, just because you're homeless don't mean you have to look like you're homeless, and you don't mean you have to stay around the other homeless people. Because 9 times out of 10, they're all in this fantasy world waiting for a Section A apartment, waiting for the government to, 6 months. She gotta wait six. She'll sit around and wait 6 months just to see if she's gonna get on the list, and then she's probably not. Then she gotta wait another extended period of time. That's all homeless. I can understand if you was going to a program where you needed, when you just got homeless and you needed some food until you got your job. You probably needed food. You needed to wash your clothes. You probably needed some resources. Get your ID, social, something like that. Then utilize the system, but don't just sit there and utilize the system for years. And Arkansas, um, I haven't been down south in a long time, and I really miss living down south, guys. Like, the only reason why I'm not back down south is I love Atlanta, I love Houston, I love all down south. It's like different than where I'm at now. The people are different and stuff like that. And the only reason why I'm not moving back down south no time soon is because I have to be extremely financially successful, because I'm not going to put my kids in a situation where they're good where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? But, if I don't have 250,000, 500,000 to get my family in the suburbs where they ain't got to be in the hood with the crazies, the YNs and stuff like that. I got 3 kids, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna put them in a position, like, if it was up to me, I'll be gone. I'll probably be down south right now. But my kids is what's keeping me where I'm at, and I'm not gonna leave until I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I got a fortress. I'm good here. I'm not good. I don't know how the job's gonna be where I'm going. I don't know how the job's gonna be in North Carolina, how the job's gonna be in Atlanta. I don't know how the job's gonna be there. I need to be straight and have money put up. You see, this how people don't think. I need to have money put up for my kids. And this how she's homeless with her child, right now. And people don't think like this. Like, no. Like, if I gotta stay here for the next, I've been here for 5 years and I absolutely hate it. I mean, the money's good, but that's it. You know what I'm saying? The money's good. The weather sucks. It snows all the time in the fucking winter. I hate it. But I'm here, and I'm gonna stay here as long as is beneficial to my children. I don't want my kids around poverty thinking people. Like, if I'm gonna go back to down south, I'm gonna go back to the Buckheads. Well, I don't forget some Buckheads. I'm just saying, I'm gonna have me a house, a big house, for all my kids and my wife and my dog and security cameras. I'm gonna have shotguns. You know, I'm gonna have trees in the yard, and I'm not gonna deal with nobody because I gotta protect mine. You know, it's a lot of hard headed. It's a lot more black African American people down south, and that's where I'm from, down south. And where I'm at now, it's a bunch of Caucasian people who are not used to African American people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird. Like for everybody who thinking about Colorado, got and you're from down south, like the money's good, but that's about it, bro. Like I caught a case as soon as I came down here, and I got married, and then I got all these kids, and now I got to do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? So like the Caucasian people in Colorado is totally different than my Caucasian people down south. I rock with the white people down south, but down here, guys, for all my black men that like snow bunnies and stuff like that, they act like they don't even wanna rock with you. Most of them, it's a lot of beautiful ones out here. You know what I'm saying? But it's so many. The white population is so high, and these posts got million. It's a bunch of $1 million cribs everywhere. You know, they want to act like they don't rock with you down here. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it here. I hate it. I do not like Colorado. F South Park. I ain't worrying about no Denver Nuggets. You know, I'm not worrying about nothing in the color for Colorado, but my kids. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it moving.
Just as much as you guys are helping me, you know. So yeah, and I thought that this flyer was super amazing because look, they even help animals. Look, I want to thank you guys so much. Like I said, you guys don't know me from a can of paint, and yet you're donating to help my son and I. His name is Joseph. Someone said that he doesn't exist. Yes, he does exist, you guys.
Hey, somebody said her son noticed this. Like, so I haven't watched this lady, but her link is in the description. Like, so is she talking about this son and never showing him? Which I will understand that. You know what I'm saying? Because I never show my kids in my video. Probably never will. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like I'm from Memphis and I'm from the hood, and I don't want people to identify. I don't want people to identify the haters, the guys who hate me on YouTube and stuff, talking about when they see me, they gonna catch me. I don't want them to be able to. You can identify me all you want to, cause I'm ready. But I don't want you to identify my wife. I don't want you to identify my children. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I understand why she's probably not showing her son, bro. Like for all the people who show their kids online, like I feel like y'all the weirdos anyway. Like, cause I don't want my kids in that type of lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in this lifestyle, not my kids. Let's keep it moving.
And I have 4 kids. My older son, he lost his job. He's just, you know how you kind of just are with your friends place to place. So that's why it's important for me to get something, because then he'll be able to come there too. My daughter and my son-in-law, she's the one that has my grandbaby. They're doing whatever they can, you guys. We just can't move in with them because their HOA has a limit. That's where Joseph is at right now. He's with my daughter for the day. She did let us sleep there. So that's...
Guys, did you guys hear what she said? And it's sad that we can't help out our own families. Like that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these programs, a lot of these apartments with the rules and the HOA the housing authority. You know what I'm saying? You might want to stay in the community, but in the community, your yard has to look a certain type of way. Your trash has to be, it's rules at the community. You know, um, but for all my people who are homeowners, who actually have, businesses and stuff, and have homes and have good careers, then you're able to reach out a helping hand. A lot of people would be like, man, you stay in this big house and stuff like that. And you acting funny. You ain't trying to let nobody come over there and come up, bruh. It's not me. It's the HOA people. You know, yeah, some places just weird like that. Let's keep it moving.
That's why, you guys, my ankles went down, because I was able to crash on their couch, but we cannot move in. We cannot stay there. So they have a certain amount of time. They give you a few days that you can have your family over, and that's for the entire year. Once you use those few days up, I think my daughter said she has like 5 to 7 days. Once you use those days up, that's it. And you guys, I don't want to get them kicked out of their new place. They just moved in. So, I don't want to cause anybody any trouble, like them getting kicked out because they're trying to help me. Okay, so you guys know that I get super emotional. I do not want to cry. So, I am learning to be strong. I'm learning to hang in.
Study said, how do you get snow bunnies? Are they different from a black woman? Um, you know, I'm gonna charge this one to the game. Okay, so it just depends, bro. Like, it's the difference between the snow. I know it's the difference between the snow bunnies where I'm from than the snow bunnies where I'm at now. Like the snow bunnies where I'm at now, um, don't smoke cigarettes. It'll be easier if you're already Caucasian or another race besides a black man, because a lot of times, like, they got family and stuff like that, and then they don't want to be embarrassed and stuff. So I just think that she has to be attracted to you, period. And you know, um, um, that's just my personal opinion. Um, but I can go on with this, you know, and you know, they're very, they are different from a lot of American black women, but you know, it's like where I'm at, they're kind of like the black women down south who will be like, you'll go and try to holler at them, and then, I mean, they'll smile and be like, you know how they do, smile. You think that they giving you a signal, and then no sooner you get close to them or try to say something, they look like they're uncomfortable or something like that. They're really judgy. If you want the real Becky, she's a judgmental cunt. And if you're not Caucasian or Asian or any other race, and you're a black man here in where I'm at, then it's not gonna be easy at all. Here there's a lot of African American dudes with snow bunnies, but the majority of them are with Spanish chicks here. Oh, he said, "How you doing? I check you out time to time." Oh yeah, oh yeah, I'm here. I'm not going nowhere. Slowly growing, but let's keep it moving.
There, and I'm learning to cut ties. I've already cut ties with a particular person. And moving on. We are separated That's that. And yeah, I've talked so much that the clothes are probably just sitting there. I'm pretty sure that they are dry now. But you know, thank you guys for all of your help, all of your support. Thank you for your donations. I truly appreciate it so much. You guys are so sweet. The kind words, the encouragement. There's comments where I reread and read again. Guys, I've been filming over the past few days, so if I'm repeating myself, I apologize, because sometimes I don't know where I've left off. I know that my phone, it kept overheating, so it was sending an alert, and when it does that, it just shuts the phone down. The phone goes black. So yeah, and I'm just outside. I had to go to, this is a different day that I had to go to do some laundry. So
she keep going to this a homeless place to do laundry where they only got one washer, one dryer. I think that it's a waste of time, honestly. I think that anybody can afford to get $10. Like if I was in her situation and I had that car, all emotions aside, like I'm a hustling dude down south. Where I'm at now, I'm a working dude, but I'm a hustling dude. Down here it's totally different, you know. But yeah, anything you gotta do to get some bread, bro. You know. But let's keep it moving.
I found like a big comforter at Goodwill, and I was happy because I only paid $3 for a whole comforter. But I wanted to launder it in super hot water and everything, so that's why I'm here, and it's all done. So I am drained, you guys. I am drained, but I have to tell you, it's your comments, it's your love and support that is keeping me going. Prayer.
I wish my comments could keep me. I mean, I got a lot of people who comment great comments, but it's way more people who comment comments talking about, "Oh, you're a coon. You one of them job working guys who shift supervisors." I have all type of horrible. I have so many horrible comments that come through here, like, you know, and if I was to actually let all that get to me, I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? It's my duty to get 100,000 subscribers. It's my duty, you know, to know that these people, a lot of people who's coming in, don't have any control over, you know, my life at all. Let's keep it moving.
To God, ultimately.
Guys, you guys got to remind me not to ever react to any of this lady's comments. I'm glad that I didn't check one of her videos out, because like her YouTube videos are all over the place. It's like the title had none of, okay, so I guess her husband went to stay with his mom, you know, and she's left to be homeless and stuff like that. And if you have a dude who did you like that, then you need to just leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the thing about it is that, like, a lot of times when you go back to your mom's, you know, you go back to cushion. You basically you go back, when you go back to your safety net. A lot of times that's not going to help you, meaning that when it actually happens to you and you don't really have your safety net, then you don't know how to maneuver. You wouldn't never know how to get out of this situation. So if this woman can figure out how to get out of this situation and move forward, she'll be a stronger person than the dude, because he haven't experienced this, and he wasn't willing to experience it with her. But that's just my personal opinion, guys. I think the next live that I'm gonna do is gonna be way better than her, because I got this chick on this next live who's she just got evicted, and a black woman, as you know what I'm saying, just got evicted, and she's saying she's going broke, and I like to react to those, you know. So we're gonna see what's up, and I'm done with this one. So I'm holler at you guys on the next video. If you ain't subscribed, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, and I'm holler at you guys on the next one.